haven't seen that agreement.
Okay,
ma'am,
well,
so it's a
I
little
have
bit
it,
difficult
so...
for me to comment on that. However,
Okay.
the original
Could you
agreement
please
really
look
should have
at
been
it?
updated on a regular basis.
Yeah, no, it has
During
not.
the course of the family support team meeting.
No, it hasn't. The last family support team meeting, I mean, I can't tell you exactly the date right now because I am house sitting out of town, but it was something like June. Yeah, June was the last family support team meeting, and I have heard nothing since then.
Okay. I will contact your worker and make a determination as to when your next family support team meeting will be.
Good luck getting a hold of her. Does she call you back?
I haven't talked to her yet, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so now what's the next step? What do I need to do to...
Probably contact lawyers in Colorado and Utah.
And what would that do?
Certainly keep in touch with your public defender.
Nobody calls me. He has not called me even once.
Well, here's all I'm saying to you, ma'am. Under the current circumstances with 5 felonies pending, I would seriously doubt that the judge is going to do anything other than supervised visitation.
Okay, well, first of all, they're all 100% complete lies. All right,
Well,
so just completely
disregard. You have a jury trial set for February the 14th.
Yes, I understand that, and that's separate.
I'm reasonably certain, if you prefer that I bring this up, I will, but I'm reasonably certain that the judge is not likely to authorize unsupervised visits with those matters continuing to pen.
Yeah, of course, and obviously I'm not going to be able to have visits with my children at all, being as they were sent out of state by 2 people who forgot that they had children the last 13 years. Kind of funny how that works. So, yes, but at least some type of telephone communication, I think, would be in order. Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that's something that we can discuss during the course of the next FST. Now, the other side of this is that I also suspect that once the children are in their respective custodial arrangements for a period of 6 months, as best I can understand that from the record, that appears to be about the middle of February. The judge here will just simply transfer jurisdiction of these cases to Colorado and Utah, respectively.
So basically, anyone can go and lie. People can make phone calls, harassing phone calls from out of state, and claim that I did something to my children a year and a half prior, and boom, no investigation, anything. They just come in, take my children, hold them for minimum 6 months, and then I never see them again, just like that, without even be able to answer to the charges. Isn't there something called due process in this country?
Yes, ma'am, and you had those opportunities.
Really? Did they perform it? Well, wait a minute. If I had those...
April the 16th of this year, ma'am.
That's not true. I never had any legal counsel. Not a single person would talk to me about it.
With you. I'm just telling you what...
Well, I know, and I'm just telling you what really did happen.
You were present at both of those hearings, ma'am.
Uh-huh. And June 4th, like I said, is where Emily Nichols and Sheriff Russell testified that the charges they made up 24 hours after they broke into my house, kidnapped my children at gunpoint, beat me up, no charges, no warrant, no anything, were completely bogus. They testified under oath that the charges they made up did not or could not have happened. Okay?
In spite of what you just said to me, ma'am, the the judge found otherwise.
But that's
and
not.
entered that order on June the 4th.
Okay, well then what did he find? Because the paperwork I see when my children were taken in, I see where it says very clearly, these allegations do not constitute the guidelines for abuse. I also see their intake report where they say my children are perfectly clean and healthy, well fed, no emotional or psychological issues, no physical issues, but now all of a sudden they're being forced into treatment in systems that we don't agree with.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so how did things change? How come they weren't abused when they were first taken, but now all of a sudden they are?
What I have looked at doesn't say anything similar to that.
Okay, well I have the papers from the start, so maybe there's a time that we can...
Fax number, ma'am, and you can fax those to me.
Well, it's about...
that both of the girls indicated that they had been out of their home for a period of 48 hours prior to seeing the particular officer, and then
how did they...
prior to that had been tied up and kept in the upstairs room.
Okay, that's all right. June 4th, they testify that that didn't happen, number one. Number two, how were my children outside? Because the original allegations were that I locked them out?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, how come the children didn't say that? How come the children say that's not true? How come even Emily Nichols, the worker, said it's not true? Then the report... Okay, then the report is obviously lies because I have my children on video where they were interviewing them, okay? So some reports that you're getting obviously are lies. There's a lot of contradictions. So I'm wondering when you and I can sit down and I can bring my 6-inch stack of papers, you can bring your 6-inch stack of papers, and we can compare notes and get to the bottom of this. Because I have 2 children here that are being denied their mother based on a lot of garbage and some serious cover-ups here.
Well, and I suspect that the bulk of those will come to light on February the 14th.
I understand, but at that point it's been 10, 11 months without my children, and it's time for somebody to do something. I'm not going to accept that this is just the way it is and that there's nothing I can do.
Okay.
Okay.
When would you like to meet, ma'am?
Well, I'll be back in town the middle of January, so do you have some time available the 3rd week in January?
I may.
Awesome. What day?
Well, let's do this. Prior to coming back into town, why don't you give me a call, and then we can arrange for a meeting. How's that?
That sounds great. And in the meantime, if you could get a hold of Rebecca and let me know, or if they decide to sneak in any more secret court meetings, you have my phone number. Would somebody be so kind as to let me know about it?
Well, I'll be in touch with you here within the next 5 days or so.
All righty.
I can get a hold of your worker and then find out the cost of the transcript.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Okay, it was something like 30 or 35. Like I said, I wrote it, but the worker has nothing to do with that. It was something like $30 or $35. Like I said, I had already gone to the court.
I would suspect that's low, but...
Okay, well, that's when I went to the courthouse, to the window, that's what they asked me to pay, and they told me they would get it to me in the mail the next 2 to 3 days.
That may very well have been the deposit, but I doubt seriously that that's what it's going to cost for the transcript. But in any event, I have to leave, ma'am, so I will give you a call here as soon as I have answers to your 2 questions. I would suspect that'll be within the next 2 or 3 days. Okay?
All right. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Have
Bye-bye.
a good day.